Afternoon and welcome to Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9. I'm Gwendolyn Morton. Some of our local stories we've got today. A Madison County man is dead following a Sunday night fire. We've got the details on that. Plus a drug bust in Berea and an update to the flooding in the area. We've got Sam Ryan with the Weather Center. And of course, Michael Watkins is coming in today with your Live at 5 sports report. That is all here today, Live at 5. But first, in our big story of the day. A Sunday evening fire has left one dead in Richmond around 8:50 last night. Madison County Coroner Jimmy Cornelison responded to a call of a structure fire at Barnes Mill and Willis Branch Road in Richmond. At the scene, 69-year-old Gregory Lee Brackney was pronounced deceased. The body was sent for an autopsy in Frankfort. However, the medical examiner's office is closed today due to high water. A preliminary determination for cause of death is expected tomorrow. The Richmond Fire Department, Madison County Fire Department, Madison County Coroner's Office, Madison County Sheriff's Office, and the State Fire Marshal's Office were all on the scene of that fire. And of course, we'll have more details on that story as they become available. Last week, on April the 2nd, the Berea Police Department Street Crimes Unit conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle in the area Kentucky 1016. That stop produced one arrest with criminal charges and serving of 2 arrest warrants. Approximately 13 grams of suspected methamphetamine, 20 suspected gabapentin pills, and approximately 3.9 grams of marijuana. 5 suspected methamphetamine pipes and digital scales were all located. George Lowry was charged with trafficking controlled substance, first-degree methamphetamine, possession of controlled substance, third-degree, possession of marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. If you suspect illegal drug activity in the city of Berea, you can always provide information directly to the Street Crimes Unit via their email. That's streetcrimes@bereaky.gov, or reach out to speak to an officer for advice on whatever that situation may be. Well, if you're in the area of the Michael Cottle Middle School this week, then you might notice a large first responder presence at that school. But don't be alarmed. Between today, April 11th, there will be many emergency vehicles at the school. And while you may see flashing lights and hear the sirens going off, there's no emergency. Richmond Police Department and the Madison County First Responders agencies train frequently to improve response strategies, enhance agency coordination, and increase familiarity with our local schools. This is one such training, and no students will be present while on spring break for Madison County schools take place this week. So keep that in mind as you are out and about. On Sunday, the Winchester Fire Department, along with the Richmond Fire Department and the North Carolina Task Force, joined forces to help with flooding issue efforts in Frankfort. According to the Winchester officials, they deployed a swift water rescue team, which included 6 personnel, 2 trucks, and a boat to help with operations. Whitehall Fire Department crews stated that they have more swift water rescue technicians on duty and on standby with additional boat should they be needed locally. Frankfort Mayor Wilkerson reportedly encouraged residents to contact the EOC hotline. That's 502-352-2252 for help related to flooding. However, if you're in an emergency, remember, always dial 911. Well, following the recent flooding, several cities and water providers across central Kentucky are asking residents to conserve water as a precaution. Nicholasville is requesting voluntary conservation through early next week. Flooding along the Kentucky River forced the city to stop drawing water temporarily to protect electrical equipment. Although production has resumed at a reduced rate, residents are asked to limit non-essential water use until at least Tuesday. And for sales, officials are urging immediate conservation. Floodwaters are threatening the city's river intake, and Kentucky Utilities has shut off power to water treatment plants' intake. Tanks remain mostly full, but no new water can be added for now. In Lawrenceburg, they have also shut down the water treatment plant as a precaution with floodwaters nearing the electrical supply. The city expects to resume operations within 24 hours and says there's no current need to boil water. Other areas issuing conservation notices include Harrodsburg, Bergen, and the North Mercer Water District. Residents in these areas are also being asked to conserve water until conditions improve. Well, flooding is nothing new to residents of Clay City, where the Red River runs right through town, but this round got hit hard. Some people couldn't evacuate in time before water surrounded their homes. Powell County Judge Executive Eddie Barnes said search and rescue teams had to perform several water rescues. Fortunately, he added no injuries, no deaths, so that's always a plus. As floodwaters began to recede Sunday, a new threat emerged, a dangerous mudslide in Slade. Barnes said it's the third slide in the county in just a week, and it possesses a serious risk in a popular tourism area full of cabins and Airbnbs. While no mandatory evacuation has been ordered, Barnes strongly urged residents and visitors in the area to consider leaving before conditions worsen. While the Red River Gorge tourism season is right around the corner, Barnes hopes for federal support soon. Hopefully, President Trump will declare us part of the disaster area so we can get FEMA in here, he said. Officials will keep a close eye on the mudslide, but with the rain moving out, they're hopeful it will slow down further erosion. A tragic end to a search for a McCracken County man who was swept away by floodwaters while trying to retrieve his boat on Sunday. Kentucky State Police have confirmed that the body of 27-year-old Lee Chandler was recovered today. Chandler was last seen around 3:45 on Elliott Road in Kevel before attempting to reach the boat during the flood conditions. His boat was later found, but Chandler had been missing since the incident. Chandler's disappearance prompted an extensive search. Law enforcement and emergency crews utilized all available resources in their areas to locate him. Chandler's death marks another casualty in the wake of this historic flooding across Kentucky, which has already caused widespread damage and multiple rescue efforts throughout the state. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We still have lots more weather news, including that weather forecast. That is coming up next with Sam right after this break.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow.
When it comes to having someone work on our homes, you need someone you can trust. Someone who will get the job done the right way and be with you throughout the entire process. At Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, they will meet with you and explain what needs to be done. They won't take advantage of you during your time of need and offer free roof inspections, water damage cleanup, water remediation and restoration, plus more services. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Online at KentuckyRoofWorks.com and on Facebook. There when you need us.
It was nice to see a little bit of sunshine out there today, even though a lot of people are still dealing with this flooding situation. We've got Sam in the Weather Center going to take a look at what this week has in store for us.
Hi, thanks, Gretelyn. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, we've had a number of amazing photos and some videos sent in by all of you, and thank you very much for those. Here's Misty sending in a shelf cloud, and we've had a number of these, and so if I'm not getting to it, I apologize profusely. Just randomly chose some of these photos, but you see that shelf cloud at the base of that supercell storm coming through, quite ominous. There could be some very strong winds on the leading edge of that shelf cloud. And then we also had a lot of lightning, cloud to ground lightning. Here's proof of it. Unbelievable to capture this photo, huh? That's by Enrique, and thank you again for that. And this drone shot by Megan in Lake Reba here in Richmond. And you see this is all flowing into Otter Creek. And so that flow in Otter Creek is certainly elevated. That all flows eventually into the Kentucky River. And that'd be up to the north there near Ford, I believe. And so that empties into the basin. So all along Otter Creek is dealing with all this extra rainfall flooding in there. So rainfall estimates right around 8 to 9 inches. This is Kentucky River, and we see a lot of them have already crested and then slowly will be coming down as we head through the rest of the week, but we still have flood warnings out, still have major flood categories. So if you have a photo, anything, please, again, we'd love to see that here and share it with everybody. Pics at WBONTV.com. Also head over to our Facebook page. And so taking a look at things, we do have some clearing skies out there today. Flash flood potential, no flash flood, but we do have flood warnings out, aerial flood warnings. Maybe a few drips as we head through the rest of the evening, sort of adding insult to injury. We have a winter-like pattern for the next few days. Could get a few more showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm Thursday and Friday. Then we start to warm up, but we're looking at a high of only 46 tomorrow, down to 29 tomorrow night into our Wednesday morning.
Cold temperatures moving into the area. You can check out that forecast. That is up anytime at our website, WBONTV.com. You can also find that on our Facebook page. Well, Lexington police are investigating a hit and run that occurred at a church Saturday morning. Reportedly, officers along with the Lexington Fire Department were sent to the Mount Eden Church at around 10:30 a.m. in response to a report of a pickup truck crashing into the side of the building. However, when personnel arrived, they found the pickup truck with no one inside. Reportedly, a witness who lived close by claimed that they heard a loud noise, and when he went outside to investigate, he allegedly saw a man exit that truck and flee the scene. Lexington Fire Department District Chief Scott Marshall said that emergency crews worked to stabilize the building. There was no one injured, no one was in the truck at the time of the arrival, and no one was in the building. Marshall said, "We were able to shore up the church and turn it over to a construction crew. It took out a support wall on the outside, so we were able to shore up the support on the inside to keep it safe for now until we can get construction crews to fix it." Reportedly, the church's sanctuary was unaffected by the incident and services were held Sunday. An investigation into that crash is ongoing. Well, one person was killed during a crash in Georgetown Sunday. According to police, emergency crews were dispatched to the Cherry Blossom Way and I-75 on-ramp intersection at mile marker 126 in response to a collision Sunday evening. At the scene, officers found that one person, later identified as Scott County Coroner's Office and 28-year-old Eric Brock Mason of Stamping Ground, has been killed in that crash. The roadway was reportedly closed down for several hours as crews cleared the scene. The cause of the crash is currently unknown and under investigation. Lexington police are requesting the public's help regarding an investigation into a years-old shooting that left Zion Clark dead. Reportedly, officers were dispatched to the 500 block of East 2nd Street on March the 29th of 2020 in response to an assault with a weapon. At the scene, they found 3 people, including Clark, with a gunshot wound. All were taken to an area hospital where Clark was later pronounced dead. Officials asked that if you have any information concerning the shooting, to please contact the Lexington Police Department. That phone number 859-258-3600. You can also leave an anonymous tip with the Bluegrass Crime Stoppers. That phone number 859-253-2020. The Kentucky River has crested overnight in Frankfort at 49.5 feet, a record high, but officials are cautioning that the danger is not over as the water continues downstream. During a Monday morning press conference, Mayor Lane Wilkerson and Judge Executive Michael Mueller provided an update on the ongoing flooding situation. While the river has reached its peak in Frankfort, they emphasize that areas further downriver will still experience rising waters. Frankfort had been bracing for the record crest after days of heavy rain caused significant flooding. City leaders and emergency crews worked to secure the city's flood wall system. While it's designed to withstand up to 51 feet of water, areas facing potential flooding included North and South Frankfort, Holmes Street, Compton Drive, and Bell Point. A curfew was in effect in Frankfort overnight to keep roads clear for emergency personnel. Officials continue to urge residents to stay home if possible and to open their homes to those who have been displaced. 2 shelters remain open in Frankfort, the Senior Citizens Center and the Franklin County High School. Kentucky State Police are investigating a deadly shooting that occurred April 5th in Pike County. Troopers responded to a business parking lot on State Highway 319 where they found 30-year-old Greeley Hurley with gunshot wounds. Investigators say Hurley was shot during a physical altercation with 57-year-old Paul Coleman. Hurley was taken to Tug Valley ARH Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. The case will be presented to the Pike County Grand Jury, and that investigation remains ongoing. Anderson County is also grappling with severe flooding after receiving over 7 inches of rain since Thursday, leading to multiple feet of water in low-lying areas. The Anderson County Department of Public Safety implemented mandatory evacuations for communities near the overflowing Kentucky River. Emergency crews have been working tirelessly to help with the fire department, along with rescuing more than 40 individuals this weekend. Thankfully, no fatalities have been reported in Anderson County. Local organizations, including the school district, which provided a bus for evacuations, have played a vital role in the response. According to authorities, the immediate priority is ensuring displaced residents have safe shelter, with many staying with family and friends. A shelter has also been established at the local county park for those in need. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Michael Watkins coming up next with your local sports report.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Estill County EMA CSEP is a huge asset to those in Estill and surrounding counties. CSEP in Estill County has partnered with Everbridge to bring you alert and notification services that will allow you to maintain your contact info and ensure you receive alerts for locations in Estill County that are important to you. For more information and to register your device, visit EstillCountyEMA.net. You can also stay up to date with your county by following Estill County EMA CSEP on Facebook, helping you stay safe at home.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and PD.
From Hickson Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nydad today.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
When inclement weather hits the greater Richmond area, you can count on Richmond's very own WBON TV9 news team. Continuing news team coverage of traffic alerts, power outages, road conditions, and traffic impacts like accidents or downed trees. Accurate forecast, watches and warnings, local cancellations and delays, and official information from emergency management and the National Weather Service. Be sure to like and follow WBON TV on Facebook for breaking news, alerts, watches, and warnings. And log on to WBONTV.com for all the news on your schedule. Count on WBON TV9 and our media partners 100.7 FM The Coyote for outstanding team coverage when you need it most. Thanks for watching Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Welcome back to Alive at 5. Spring break for Madison County Schools will slow down some of the local sports action this week, but as we enter the second week of April, we check in with Michael Watkins with today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report.
Welcome in everyone to a new week and a new Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report. Hope you and your family and friends have been able to stay safe and dry during the rain and flooding of the last week. And as we begin things today, Eastern Kentucky University will begin a 9-game baseball homestand with a pair of rivalry games tomorrow and Wednesday when they welcome in Northern Kentucky and Morehead State to Richmond. Both games at Earl Combs Stadium will begin at 6 p.m. and air live on ESPN+. Tomorrow will be $2 Day and National Appreciation Military Day. All active duty, retired, or veteran members of any military branch or first responder organization can receive 2 free tickets to the game. Wednesday will also be $2 Day. The first 100 students will receive a free long-sleeve EKU t-shirt. The Northern Kentucky Norse are 16-14 this season with a 6-6 record in the Horizon League. Morehead State, which will wrap up its weekend series at Southern Indiana today, is 10-18 overall and just 1-7 in the Ohio Valley Conference. The Colonels are 4-28. They have a 3-9 record in the A-Sun. So this 9-game homestand comes at a perfect time as the team tries to string some wins together. For ticket information, be sure to head on over right now to EKUsports.com. The men's basketball championship for college is set for later on tonight. And with 1 game left to decide a national champion, it's a great time to once again check in with our Coyote Bracket Challenge leaders heading into the final game. John Oliver leads the way at the moment with 133 total points, and he has Florida winning tonight. Charles Harrison is in 4th at the moment, and he has Houston winning, so it should be coming down to one of those two gentlemen. We'll check back in tomorrow, and announce our winner. The Madison Central softball team is coming off a 9-6 win last week versus their in-county rival, Madison Southern, and won't play again until next Monday due to spring break. With that being said, earlier today I spoke with head coach Randy Hall about his team's performance in that win over the Lady Eagles last week.
It's always a tough game. I mean, we definitely respect Madison Southern. We've been lucky enough to be on the winning side of that the last few times we've played them. But we know it's going to be a battle, and they're going to fight till the end. And it's always a little nerve-wracking to know the newer players that have stepped up to see how they're going to respond in that moment, because there's emotions there as both teams really want to win that. But it was nice to see in this game, looking back at the stats, and everyone in our lineup got a hit. So we had in the past have kind of struggled sometimes to hit against their pitchers, but by us being able to hit against them this time, hopefully that'll give us a little bit more confidence going into the next couple times we play them.
For this Monday Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, I'm Michael Watkins.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Hall & Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Hall & Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Hall & Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay when Hall & Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond. Call 859-626-7695 for Hall & Sons Auto Care.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
I love this card.
Thanks. Go Colonels. Is it here? Hey, Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
Well, thanks so much for joining us here. Of course, we'll be right back tomorrow. We'll have more news, weather, and sports. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow live at 5.